Hey everybody, I'm here today to tell you what to do when you are driving in a rush. Now here's the thing, I see people rushing on the roads all the time, and I did my own little analysis with regards to when they're rushing and they're weaving through the lanes, how further ahead, how much ahead they got than I was, right? So I was basically staying in one lane, just relaxing, staying in one lane, and I see these people weaving through the lanes in a rush, and I did a little analysis as to if they actually got further ahead, because I was interested. I wanted to know if it actually worked, because I've weaved through lanes in my younger days when I was in a rush, and I never really felt like I got anywhere much faster. And that's the truth of the matter. When you weave through lanes, you're actually less likely to get to a place much faster, because you're always trying to beat the traffic that exists. Now here's the thing, if you're in a rush, this is what you do. Pick a lane, pick what looks to be the fastest lane, and just drive in it. Just stay there and drive in it. Only switch lanes when you need to, because it takes a ton of mental effort and a ton of energy to switch lanes back and forth, and puts you at a huge risk of getting into an accident, and you don't really save much time. In my experience, the people that were weaving through lanes were only about a minute ahead of me, meaning when they reached a certain destination, I got there about a minute later. When they passed a traffic light, I was at that traffic light about a minute later. Now there are some exceptions to this rule, like if there's no traffic at all and there's a slow car in front of you, obviously, switch lanes to pass that car. That's understandable. But when there's a lot of traffic, if you're in a rush, don't weave in and out of traffic. This is what you do instead. Just pick a lane that looks to be the fastest lane and just stay there. Guess what? Even if it's the slower lane, you're probably only going to be there about a minute later. It's only worth it to weave through traffic if there's like one slow car in front of you and then there's a huge open road ahead. That's understandable, but that rarely happens. And if you need to get somewhere by like a certain deadline and that 1 minute will make a huge difference, I still wouldn't advise you to weave through traffic, but it would make the difference for the 1 minute. But most of the time, being 1 minute late won't make much of a difference. Like you're not going to be in that much of a rush. That 1 minute is going to make the world of a difference. And if you are, just leave earlier. So if you're in a rush, I would just tell you, this is what you should do if you're in a rush. Pick a lane that looks to be the fastest lane. Stick to that lane. Drive in that lane, and don't weave in and out. Just stick to that lane and drive in that lane. It's as simple as that. Because even if you pick the slower lane, you're probably only gonna lose out on like 30 seconds to a minute. And if you pick the faster lane, you're probably gonna match up with where you would be if you would have weaved back and forth, because you would be going in the slow lane, fast lane, slow lane, fast lane, slow lane, fast lane. So instead, if you just stick to one lane and you pick the right lane, you'll end up basically winning. You pick the slow lane, you might lose a minute or two, and that's it. Okay? Always leave earlier. That's the rule. That's the moral of the story here. Always leave earlier. Weaving through traffic won't save you much time. It's just not worth it. You're like tripling your risk or quadrupling your risk of getting into an accident because you're switching lanes so many times unnecessarily, and you're saving yourself like a minute. Is it really worth it? No. So just pick a lane and stick to that lane. That's what to do if you're in a rush. Pick a lane, stick to a lane. Don't weave in and out through traffic. It's just not worth it. And that's it. In this video, I've told you what to do when you're in a rush while driving. If you liked the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know down below as a comment what you think. Do you agree or do you not agree? Let me know down below as a comment. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more great car and driving videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.